The best are dying. President Zelenskyy comments on the death of Ukrainian pilot Maksym Ustymenko. Almost all night long, the alarm sounded in Ukraine. There were 477 drones in our skies, most of them drones, and 60 missiles of various types. Russians hit everything that ensures life. A residential building in Smila was also hit. A child was wounded. Emergency services work wherever necessary. Unfortunately, F-16 pilot Maksym Ustymenko was killed. He destroyed 7 air targets. Condolences to his family and comrades, Zelenskyy said, ordering an investigation into his death. Ukrainian aviation heroically defends the sky, thanks to all defenders, the president added. Moscow will not stop as long as it has the ability to launch massive strikes. This week alone, over 114 missiles, 1,270 drones, and nearly 1,100 cabins were used. Putin chose to fight despite global calls for peace. We must end the war, pressure the aggressor, and protect ourselves. From ballistics, missiles, and drones, from terror, Ukraine needs to strengthen its air defense. What protects life best? These are American systems that we are ready to buy. We count on the leadership and support of the U.S., Europe, and all partners. Ukraine and Poland have achieved much since the war began, and we must maintain this strong partnership. I would like to remind you that in Kyiv, the president of Ukraine met with his Polish counterpart, Duda, who came to Ukraine before the end of his presidential term. This is his final visit in this position. Duda was a special guest who has supported Ukraine since the start of the full-scale war. He recalled that since Russia's invasion on February 24, 2022, Ukraine and Poland quickly set up a major logistics hub in Rzeszów. Poland has given Ukraine strong defense support and stood by it in the EU, NATO, and with other partners. Maintaining this close relationship and mutual support is crucial for us. The principle of good neighborliness, the principle of our freedom and yours, the principle of solving any problem through a very respectful dialogue. All this must be preserved. Poland has provided Ukraine with significant defense support. Poland has always been with us on all international platforms, such as in the European Union, NATO, and in dialogue with other partners. It is extremely important for us to maintain this kind of relationship, to maintain this kind of support, this kind of understanding between our nations. The principle of good neighborliness, the principle of our freedom and yours, the principle of solving any problem through a very respectful dialogue. And all this must be preserved. Andrzej, I want to thank you again. I personally thank you for everything we have done together. For your help, thank you for the important timely decisions we made together during each of your visits. And today is actually your farewell visit as the current president of Poland to Ukraine, but we will always be happy to see you in Ukraine as a friend. This, I think, is the main status, and you are a really good friend and a very brave person. I thank you very much. I'd also like to remind you that the day before, President Zelenskyy presented battle flags to commanders of the 300th Tank Training Regiment, 169th Training Center, 5th Communications Regiment, and 534th Engineer Battalion of the 128th Mountain Assault Brigade. The 47th Engineer Brigade, 17th Poltava Brigade, 34th Kherson Regiment, and 50th Regiment of the National Guard received presidential awards for courage and bravery. In addition, the head of state presented honor ribbons to commanders of the 118th Territorial Defense Brigade, as well as the National Guard's Lyutenko Regiment, Kodatsky, and the 35th Sumy Regiment.
1-му полку Національної гвардії України Ходацький, 35-му полку Національної гвардії України Сумський.
It was a busy day of celebrations. We are talking to you about international relations. We hope that they will remain so with Poland. We also see how important it is to recognize the Ukrainian military, who continue to protect our country. Moreover, the threats in 2025 will change slightly.